working this Aran cable that involves 4-stitch cables. So you hold 2, knit 2, and then work the 2 that you held. So normally when you're doing cables, you would have a cable needle, or here I just have a double pointed needle to hold my stitches, and you would hold them either to the front or the back as needed for the particular cable twist that you're doing. But I want to show you how to do that without using a cable needle. But first I'm going to show you, just as a refresher, how you do it with a cable needle, and then you can see the difference. So I can read these cables because I've been working on this for a while, and I know that my first stitches need to go in, so they need to twist to the left. So that means that these stitches would be held to the front to make a left twist. So I would just slide the 2 onto the needle, onto the cable needle or spare DPN or however you want to do it, and then I would knit these 2. And they're supposed to be held in the front, so I'm going to swing that back to the front, and then you can either slide these back onto your regular needle or just knit them off of your cable needle. Oops. Like so. To do the opposite twist, which is what the next one needs to be, it needs to twist to the right. So in this case, those stitches need to be held to the back. So we'll slip those 2 and hold them to the back of the work, knit the 2 off the needle. Oops. And then knit the 2 off the cable needle. It's a little awkward to do with just 2 stitches. They're kind of floppy. And you've got this extra tool that needs to be in there. So it's that much easier to just do it without a cable needle. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So here again, we're where we need these stitches to go to the left. So they'd be normally held in the front, right? So what we're going to do instead is we're going to take the needle to the back of the work, and we're going to slip those 2 stitches that would be the first 2 stitches of the cable that we're going to knit. We're going to slide all 4 stitches off the needle. I'm going to use my fingers to hold those if you're worried about them falling, dropping while you're doing this. And then we slide those 2 back onto the working needle, and then slide those other 2 back onto the left-hand needle so that we can work them. And then we knit those 4 stitches. They're a little tight because there's a twist in there, but you can get in there and do it. And then that twists the same way as this one. And then to do the right leaning cable, then these need to be held to the back, right? So then instead of going into the back of these stitches, we go into the front, and we pull those 2. If I can get that second one. It's a little fiddly, but it does get faster with practice. And then you slide all 4 off again. Hold those 2 in the back, put them back on the left-hand needle, slide the other 2 back onto the left-hand needle, and then knit those 4 stitches again. And so now if you look at this, I mean, you can't tell the difference because it's the same maneuver. Just one is done with the cable needle and one is done without the cable needle. You may find that this is easier, a little faster, because you don't have to move your other needle in and out. It's a little nerve-wracking at first just because you're doing that move where the stitches are, briefly off of the needle. But if you're working with wool or other yarn that's a little grabby, this is a Woolies, so it's wool and acrylic, but for the amount of time that they're off the needle, it's not a huge deal to just grab them back when you need them. And you can work any small cables where it's 1 or 2, as many as 3, whatever you're comfortable with, really, in in this manner without the need of using a cable needle.